The forest man is a well-known topic for people around the world. Whether there is a human being on this earth called a forest man, or whether it is really just a fairy tale can be discussed in detail. Whether there is a forest man or not, a forest man really does exist in this world. Is the viewer having trouble believing? If you want to believe, you have to watch the end of this video. In today's episode, I will show you the story of a real forest man. In ancient times, when people did not find civilization, people lived in forests. History also shows that many monks or preachers preferred the secluded forest to live. At present, many people go into exile for various expeditions, but only for a few days. In today's modern world, no one can even think of permanent deforestation. You may not think that a person named Mick Dodge has made the impossible work to possible. He is also a forest man born in this modern world. Mick Dodge, a resident of West Washington, USA. He has been living in the jungle for the last 25 years. He is now a perfect forest man in his manners and appearance. "25 years ago, Dodge left this world to go into exile. The reason for his exile is said to be that he could not adapt to this human world. He always thought that he could not adapt to this human world. He was a United States Navy and military expert in his youth before going into exile. He always identified himself as a philosopher and a peace activist. Although he was a war expert, he hated war, so he decided to go into exile in search of peace. It could also be called his hereditary aspiration, because Mick Dodge's grandfather also went to the forest, and he lived alone in the forest for decades. Hearing the story of his grandfather's banishment, Dodge had a longing for banishment in his mind since childhood. Mick Dodge has been wandering alone in the Hoh Rainforest of the Olympic Peninsula for the past 2 decades. At present, this forest is his habitat. The animals, birds, creatures, plants of this forest are now his family mates. He lives with them month after month, year after year. The fruits and insects of this forest are now its main food. After living in the forest for a long time, Dodge has become like a forest man. Tangled hair and parasites are born on his head. Now, his head is as like a jungle. Mick Dodge is currently a regular presenter on National Geographic Channel's program called The Legend of Mick Dodge. The show is telecasted from the forest direct about Dodge life. Whether by his own will or inspired by his grandfather, Dodge has left the modern way of life, and is now a complete forest man. The wildlife of the forest is now his own. Maybe he wasn't really fit for the human world, so the forest is a safe place for him.